All right. Good evening, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We still have participants coming in. Welcome to those coming in. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the final day of AI Study Jam Week 2025, organized by the one and only GDGOC MMU. It's been an incredible journey, to say the least, throughout the whole week. The participation and the feedback has been amazing. And we're so glad to have you with us to wrap it up strong. Settle in, say hi in the chat, and get ready for one last inspiring session on the future of AI in action. Let's end this week on a high note. So before I introduced our distinguished guest for today, we would like to go through firstly some housekeeping rules and then do our Slido session. So as always, please stay muted when not speaking. Drop your questions in the chat if you have any. And this session is being recorded and it will be posted on our YouTube channel after probably by next week, by the end of next week. All right. So something we like to do for our interactive session is our Slido session. So please click the link in the chat or scan the QR code on your screen, and you will be asked a question for today, which you have to answer. And there's no right or wrong answers. And here we have MCQ. Okay, MCQ, even easier. Just pick an answer, and it's anonymous, so you don't have to be shy and all that. All right. So our question for today is: how do you usually interact with generative AI tools? So think ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, all of these. How do you guys actually interact with them, right? Do you trial and error? Do you give it, do you prompt it, right? Do you give it all the information? Every new chat, you have to give it all the information. Do you trial and error? Do you use pre-built interfaces like yesterday we talked about MCP, right? Today we're going to talk about AI agents. But yeah, there's a lot of ways. There's different ways to interact with these tools depending on the objective, depending on what it is that we want to accomplish. So, right, okay, so far we have with prompts and examples, right? So you guys tell it what you want, then you give an example to get your desired output. Yeah, sounds about right. As a student, I'd say for most of us, that would be the most common way we interact with these tools. Some are using trial and error. Interesting. It's getting less and less. Okay, right. All right. Is that our only question for today, Jun?
We have two more questions. If you
All right. Just move on to the next one.
all right.
All right. What type of AI agents do you find most promising in the future? So if you guys know about AI agents, there's a few types, right? And depending on those, there's stuff that you can do with them. There's coding assistants. There's task automation agents. We talked about A2A yesterday briefly. We talked about MCP. Conversational assistants are the most common ones, I'd say. Uh, they are the ones that we are mostly exposed to, right? Okay, cool. Coding assistants, right? So we are computer science students for context, Mr. Hassan. So that is why, as you can see, there's some coding assistance that's actually, I'd say I expect it to be the highest actually. But yeah, so we have
Interesting.
this house. Conversational, right? Code assistant, there it is. It's going up. Right. Of
Yeah,
course.
I think we will mostly use for codes, assignments,
Yep.
or maybe solutions and playing around with that.
hmm All right. Okay. Well, I suppose that would be it for our interactive session. Now, um, without further ado, right? For our final day to close it up for us, it is my pleasure to introduce today's distinguished guest, Mr. Hassan Abid, the Chief Technology Officer, CTO of BeLive Technology, a leading provider of video streaming and live commerce solutions. With over 13 years of experience in full stack development, Mr. Hassan leads a talented engineering team, building advanced AI powered products, scaling them across cloud platforms with a strong emphasis on security, performance, and reliability. Before joining BeLive, he made key contribution at Next Streaming. If you guys, if you know, you know, including work on NextPlayer 360 Unity plugin and the popular KineMaster app. I definitely used it. Now used by over 500 million users worldwide. So today, Mr. Hassan, will be sharing his insights on Gemini in action from prompts to AI agents, diving into how AI technologies are transforming the way we build and interact with software. So, without further ado, Mr. Hassan, the stage is yours.
Thank you so much. It's like a Friday evening, so I think everyone is looking forward to their weekends. Thank you for joining this session. Hopefully, you will learn something new today. Because I was looking at your past sessions, right? So I think there were very interesting sessions. I think yesterday there was something about LLM personalization and MCP servers. So today, actually, it's just like I would say like the summary of maybe what you have learned in the last three sessions. So I will just like briefly start. So maybe it can be, I would say like for some people, it can be a revision from what they have learned. And for some people, it will be like new things when we talk a bit about agents. So I have a few slides I'll go through, but then I will jump to the code. So I think we will run a couple of like exercises to see them in action because everything about generative AI is like trying it out and seeing the output. So yeah, generally today I will be discussing about Gemini. How can we access the Gemini, and we'll go through some lab practices. And if I have some time, then I can go through some of the own device Gen AI as well. Um, okay, sorry, this one I can delete. Sorry, this is the agenda. Sorry. Gemini, then we can do a code lab, collab, and then we can focus on AI agents. Then there will be some bonus content if we have time. Okay. I mean, all of you are familiar with Gemini, right? But we just need to revise what models are available. As of today, we have Gemini 2.5 Pro, 2.5 Flash, and 2.0 Flash. So I think just like a difference between 2.5 Pro and Flash is that Flash is a bit of like I would say like the response is fast and it's a bit I would say a bit cheaper and smaller model than 2.5 Pro. So 2.5 Pro is like a more powerful model. It takes time to think and then it respond to you. So once like you try to use both of them, you will see that Flash will respond quickly. But Pro will take a bit of time, but it's up to your use case. If you want like a reasoning model where it takes time to think for more complex tasks, then you can prefer to use 2.5 2.5 Pro. But for normal tasks where speed is important, 2.5 Flash is enough. And I think Google will slowly like discontinue the 2.0 because they are replaced with 2.5 models. So yeah, it's just like what I said earlier. So 2.5 is the most intelligent AI model from Google, and within 2.5 there are many versions. There's an early version, the May version. Now they have a June version. So now the June version is even, I would say, like surpass the May version. So maybe next month there's a new version. So we don't know really. The time, I mean, the things are moving very fast. Then we have a 2.5 Flash. I told you if speed is of concern, you want like fast responses and a cheaper model, then this is the best choice. Okay, so now you'll be wondering like how can we access Gemini? So we have actually three ways to access Gemini. We can do using a Gemini app, which I think you can see on my screen. This is gemini.google.com. So I just want to confirm. Yeah, you guys can see. So this is I have actually the pro version, right? So the pro version gives me ability to have 2.5 Pro and Flash. Yeah, but I think for normal users, I'm not sure which version you can use, but this is one way to access Gemini, and it's free of cost. Then we have the AI Studio. So the next one I'm putting on my screen is the AI Studio. So I go to the dashboard. Okay, so here you can see on the right side, you can select the models. So now we have this new model for Pro, and then we also have the Flash models here. So this is the second way to access Gemini. The third one is the Vertex AI. So Vertex AI is kind of for more like if you want to build like production apps, so you can access Vertex AI Studio. Actually, it's the same model. It's just through different means you can access. The first one was for just like um, non-tech people, like just for example, our family members were not into tech. The second one is like for prototyping, the AI Studio. The third one is for more advanced developers, where actually they are actually going to build some production-ready applications. Okay, so let's not waste any time and just jump right into coding. So there's this collab. Actually, it's the collab I got from a speaker recently at Build with AI event in Singapore. So they updated this collab um, with um, the latest models and some examples. And also here, right, one thing to take note is that Colab is like a platform from Google where you can run the code online. Otherwise, I think we need to install a lot of things on our computers. So here you just like borrow some kind of virtual space from Google, and I think it has some limitations for like if it's like an enterprise version, then it will have like you can do more things here, you can run more code. But if it's the free version, maybe there's some limitation. So later I will share this link with you guys, so you guys can try as well. So first thing what we do is like when we get a Colab link, we have to make a copy of this. So the copy will be saved in our Google Drive. There are other options like we can save in GitHub as well, but I will just do copy in Drive. So once I do this, it will create a copy. Then I will just close the original one. So now I can kind of do my things here. So let it load first slowly. Yeah, okay, here is it. So I will just call it, okay, this one is June 13, just for my knowledge. Later, if I have to share with this with you guys. So here, right, we have to go through some steps. Okay, so first of all, what we need to do is like, because the primary language here we are using is Python, so we will need to install the SDK of GenAI. So Google GenAI SDK is a kind of a complete SDK where you can access a lot of Gemini APIs and some other APIs. Like for example, you might have heard about Vue 2, 3, and then there are some other APIs like live, like talking. In form of the speech, you can talk to the AI, and then the response will be like also an audio. Those kind of APIs you can also use. So today we are going to go through some of the basic prompts, and then some of the functions available here. So first of all, what we need to do is to install the SDK, because this is like a fresh environment borrowed from Google for temporary, testing our code. So yeah, so I'll like try to run it one by one, and we'll try to explain where needed. Okay, yeah, but the best is like later you guys try it by yourself. Then I think it will be pretty easy for you guys. Okay, let's wait. Okay, so this is done. It took 22 seconds. So the second one is like getting this API key, right? So in Colab, if you see on the left side, there are these secrets. So you can actually have a secret here. So you just need to match this Google API key here. So you can see like, okay, this is same name, Google API key. So I will just enable it for this. Yeah, if you're using it for the first time, you can do add a new secret and you can add this value. So now where this value comes from, we have AI Studio, right? So you can go to the AI Studio, you can click on get API key. So if you don't have any key, right, you can just click on create an API key, and then you can create API key here. So it's free of cost, but it has a daily quota limit. So daily quota limit later you can track in your usage and billing. So it will show you something like that, and how to see your um, um, usage and everything, right? So and I'm in the quota. So let's say I go to Gemini 2.5 and I go to 2.5 Pro previews. So here somewhere at the bottom it will show you what's the rate limit. So it has a rate limit of 150 requests per minute. So it means like you cannot do more than this. But I think it's pretty good. Like updated previously last year it was just like 10 requests per minute. Now they have given you free of cost 150 requests per minute. Yeah. So if you have a Google Cloud project attached with this, then I think anything go beyond that will be billed to you. So just make sure that be careful about sharing this API key. So I've already set up my API key here. So I'll go back to the code, just make it bigger here. Yeah, okay. So now I will uh, run this code so I can get the API key. Okay, now I will create a client with that API key. So here is just like a basic set of the SDK. Here you see like, okay, there are some options of the different type of the Gemini, right? So what I can do is let's try to use the latest model. So I can go back here. So I just copy this one here. So let's try to use the latest model here. I come here, so I can paste it here. So yeah, okay, let's try to run this and see if this model is available. Okay, this model is available. I'll make it smaller. Now let's try our first prompt. So I think it's just like the person who made this, right, is in FinOps. So I'll just try to run this prompt. Because the basic function of generative AI is to just generate text response. Okay. Just bear in mind that Pro takes slightly more time than the Flash version. Yeah. So let's see. Let's just wait for a few more seconds. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is like going to okay. So it gives you like a very comprehensive answer. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, it takes a bit more time. So I think what I'm going to do is like for demo purposes, right? I'll just change the models to Flash. The reason is like Flash will return some answers quickly, so we don't need to really wait so long. Otherwise, we have to wait long and long. The Flash is generally the quicker response model, so I'll just replace it here. Okay, then I think I'll not run this again. So let's go to the next part of it. So now, like tokens, right? So the pricing and everything, how Google charges is based on a token. So token, it can be like one word input can be a token, one word output can be a token. So we have to count the tokens of our input, the message we give. So sometimes you see like you ask Gemini to give you something useful about code, right? So it depends on how long your input is, and then based on that they charge you. So if you are building some production apps, then this is important to know. So here we will just count the tokens. So I have um, the same model in the same text, and you can see like it's just 21 tokens. Okay, so now the one of the kind of, I would say, like the power of Gemini is multimodal prompts. It can understand the images, it can generate images for you. So here we are going to give it an image and ask it to generate uh, a blog post. So let's look at this image. So I come it here and I show you the image. So image is something like this, making AI agents actually useful. Okay, so I'll just run this. Okay, so it basically downloaded the image. So this is just like a normal Python code. Now we are going to give this image to the model and ask it to write a blog post. So let's just wait a bit. It will take a few seconds. Okay, so basically use the image and here you go, your blog post is ready. You can copy paste and just put in your Medium blog post or something. So anyways, like, yeah, I think it's you can see like how powerful the generative AI is nowadays. Okay, so next we come to some kind of the advanced parameters of Gen AI, right? So basically there are some parameters like temperature, top P, top K. So let's say if you want like a higher like more creative response, right, you can set this temperature value higher. The value can range from 0 to 2. If you come to the AI studio, I will show you where it is. Let's select the smaller, so you can say like, okay, maximum you can select 2. So if you select 2, it's a very creative answer. But if you select like very low value, right, it's a very deterministic answer. So it depends on what kind of application you are building. Okay. Yeah. So come back here, then we have top P and top K. So top P and top K are actually how the tokens are selected for your output. So there's some probability involved because generally the generative AI will have few answers, right? What will be the next word? Because generative AI actually creating the probability of the next predicted word. So these two can actually control the probability, but it's an advanced thing. So I'll not go much detail into this, but there is a blog post about this which explains about this. So actually, later once I share this collab with you, right? So you can go through this link. Can put in the chat as well. So this will actually explain to you what are these tokens and how does this work. Okay, but this is again for the advanced users. Yeah. So here actually we are also trying to generate the same another kind of um, like response. Let's say how insurance works. Pretend I'm a child, and then we are giving them that kind of parameters. So there's also this parameter called output tokens. So some of the Gemini models can have a very large output, right? So we want it to limit 10,000. We can also specify that. Here we say like our temperature is 1. So let me change it to 2, and we just go ahead and see what's the response like. So I think it will be a very creative response, not like a very generic and basic response. Okay, so you see, let's pretend you're grown up as what have you. So you see, like, okay, when let's change it to 1 and see. So actually, this is like a very funny kind of response. I don't have time to read everything, but I think you can play around with this. So I'll change it to one and see what's the response for the one. Okay, so now it's I think a very like simple one. So not much creative, but I think still it's better if we do like point one or something. Okay, let's move to the next one. So next one is just the safety filters. I think if your end users are in certain situations, something like they don't want to have certain kind of content, so you can do some safety settings as well. So this is also something available in Gemini. Then you can also have chat. So it means like it can be a conversation back and forth, not just like one time prompt. So there's a code for that here as well. Okay, I'll just go to the next one. I think where is it? Okay, so let's just run this code quickly. So another thing I wanted to mention here is the system instruction. So you can actually tell your Gemini that you are an expert software developer, then it will not hesitate to reply you something technical. So this is something we will see later in the agents as well. It's like you are making your Gemini as an agent now, who is expert in software development, and then I will ask it to write a function, you know, so then it will give me a response of a function which I can run like in Python editor, or if you want another language, you can specify another language. Yeah. So basically, it has given you that um, code and explain the logic and everything. So you can actually continue the chat and you can ask it to build some unit tests for it. And the conversation will be in the context. So you don't need to tell it everything from scratch. It will remember the history. Okay, so here it has given the test and everything, and then you can also save the chat. This is useful for building applications, and you can resume a chat at the later time when, let's say, user was using your application, then they decided to, maybe do some other stuff. Then they tried to come back. Then you can resume the chat. So now the SDK have these features as well, and you can generate JSON responses as well, which is good for programmers. And you can generate images as well now. Okay, so for generating the images, right, the model we are going to use is called Gemini 2.0 Flash Preview Image Generation. So basically, let's try to create this image. Look at learning about Gemini in front of Twin Towers. I will change it to Twin Towers instead of the Singapore's Merlion. Merlion. So let's see. Twin Tower scale CC. Okay, let's see. Is it impressive? Yeah. So let me just save this image so later I can share with you guys as well. Okay. Okay. Later I will share this image with you guys. So you see, it's very powerful. You can generate image like that. Then there's another way actually to generate the image, which is using these Imagine models. So right now, I think I don't have a setup for this here, but later I will show you in view and everything, right? Maybe we'll get, if I get time, I can use Imagine for you to generate one image. Yeah. So basically, it was just trying to tell you, right? Either you can use Imagine model from Google, or you can also use the Gemini Flash image generation model. So it's up to you. So both have slightly different pricing as well. Yeah. Okay, but Imagine's response will be better than that of Flash, because Imagine is a dedicated model. Yeah. Okay, so this another thing which is like the stream. So stream is like when the text is slowly loading as model is thinking. It will reply you, not just like compile the whole result. So this is sometimes good for some applications where users don't want to wait long time. So it will start printing out the result for you. So see, as the result is coming, it's showing you. Yeah. So I think some of the maybe the ChatGPT and Gemini are already doing something like that. When you go and type something, then the next part I want to focus. Okay, so the code execution. So the code execution is also you give it a code and it can execute for you. So this is also something developers will like. Okay, so you need to define the format of the code and it can run for you. Then you can also here is like for example, give it a file and ask it to explain the file. So this is also something you can do with it as well. Then you can also upload a text file or a PDF file as well. So if you want it to tell you about the PDF file, so there are APIs for that as well. And yeah, so the audio file as well. So if you want to know about the audio, you can also send an audio file. And there's also this video file as well. So now Gemini 2.5 Pro can understand like a 1 hour video. Either it can be a YouTube video, it can be a normal video you upload. So this is like a very kind of like a powerful feature which other LLMs don't have at the moment. And just be mindful that this will require more tokens, so it can actually like kind of exhaust your daily limit. So that's why I'm not going to run it here, because I have added my API key through the credit card. So later I might need to pay some money for this. Okay, and other than that, yeah, think yeah, I told you about the YouTube link. So it can take a YouTube link as well, and it can process it and tell you the summary. And then there's a new thing. I think you had one of the sessions about the context caching. If I recall, your first session of this study jam is context caching with the Gemini. So this is also explaining it here. This actually is good for cost savings. Then we have this text embedding. So this text embedding is actually helpful when you want to build a search engine with a true data source. Let's say you want to build kind of a I would say one example in the university, right? If someone wants to find let's say you have a semester going on and someone is looking to find the class, the courses offered, the professors, and all the materials. So if all the data is available to you guys can use this text embedding to create the vectors and store in a database. And then you guys can use this technique called RAG, to have like, okay, when the users want to know about any course, then you can use embedding, then go and find that information from the DB, give that context to your LLM Gemini, and Gemini will prepare a nice answer for the user. So this is one use case of text embedding. Then there are some other APIs and everything. So all the links are here. This code lab I will share with you guys. Yeah. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the Gemini part. I will continue the talk So I think we can take questions together at the end. So now we'll come to another topic, which is the AI agents. Um, as Google defined, like AI agents are the software systems that use AI to pursue goals and complete tasks on behalf of users. They show reasoning, planning, and memory and have a level of autonomy to make decisions, learn, and adapt. So AI agent, I will say, is like my assistant who knows how to help me, what to do. I assign him some tasks, and this person will do tasks on his own without bothering me so much. But I need to firstly teach and train this person. Then it can be an AI agent. So in software, it's also similar. Okay. So there was like a lot of discussion and a lot of things coming out recently, and then Google also came up with this SDK called Agent Development Kit. So it's a code first framework from Google for building and deploying AI agents, and it's scalable, production ready, and it's built by the Vertex AI team, and it can also help you build multi-agent systems. And I think one powerful thing about this agent development kit is that you can use, let's say, Gemini. You also, if you're interested to use other LLMs like Claude, OpenAI, um, yeah, so you can also use them together to build a multi-agent system. So let's look at how to build an agent. So we will start exercise like how to build an agent. Okay, so for that I will share my full screen so you guys can actually see my command line as well. Okay, let me go and share my screen again. Okay, so for that, right, I will come to this website. I think I can put the link here for you guys as well. So I'll just follow the guidelines here. So the guidelines is just to create our first AI agent with Python. With Python, there's an option with Java as well, but we will use Python here. So with Python, starting anything, right, we need to create a virtual environment. So I'll bring up my terminal here. So let me see. You guys can see my terminal. Okay. Um, you guys can see my terminal, right?
Yep, we
Yes.
can.
Okay, yeah. So I'm going to start building our code. So let me clear up. So I will just call it make directory ggg first agent. So first of all, we need to create a virtual environment because anything we install, right, will stay here. So we don't need to really like um, install on our all the computer. So we just um, install in this folder all the dependencies and everything, and not disturb our whole system. So I'll turn on the virtual environment. Then I will install this Google ADK server, which is the agent development kit. Okay. So meanwhile it's installing. Now we need to create agent project. So we just create this multi-tool agent. So on Windows, the commands can be slightly different, but actually it's the same thing. Yeah. So it's just like on Windows, maybe make directory is slightly different, but yeah, I mean, right now I cannot remember Windows, but you guys can figure out. Yeah. So let me go in this. So I just created this directory, and after that, it's just like a basic setup. We just need to have this init.py inside the folder. So this is basically where our when we run the command line, right, it will know that there is an agent which exists. So I'll just create those kind of things. Okay, so I created this file. Then what I'm going to do is create this another agent.py file as well. So after that, I will open video editor, code editor. So I'm using Visual Studio Code. So I'm just going to make it bigger here. So you can see my multi-agent tool is here. I'll make it bigger so you guys can see. And my agent.py is empty at the moment. And then I have this init.py. Yeah. So now what I need to do is to copy this code in my agent.py. Then I will explain to you what this code do. So let's copy this over here. Okay. So now let's look at this code. So basically this agent will tell me the time and the weather of a city, but it can be connected to the real API system, like a weather API, and the local time of the system are based on that country's time. Like for example, here we have two functions because it has two functionalities. So we have to make two functions. One is to get the weather, but you can see that here it has kind of just for the demo purposes, it has a fixed response, but actually this can be an our API call as well. We can call an external system to get this weather data and then return it back to our LLM. Second is the current time. So current time, we just use a Python function to get the time. Okay. And then we come to like this important part, which is the root agent. So here we have one agent which is called weather time agent, and it's using Gemini 2.0 Flash, and it can give me some answers about time and weather, and there are some instructions I have given to it. You are a helpful agent who can answer user questions about time and weather. And here the last part is very important, which is the tools. So tools is which agent will use to give to actually route your questions to the specific tool, right? So because LLMs are very intelligent, so LLMs know if you're talking about weather, then here in the weather, right, we have defined like like with the name of it, right? For example, so it will see the name and it will intelligently send our um, query to this one. For the time, it will also send it our query over there. So that's I think one powerful feature of the 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 LLM. So here we have this comments, right? Like basically define our functions. So it's like a docs. Your document, you have documented your code. Is good enough for the ADK to read this and figure it out what this function is going to do. So here I just say retrieves the current weather report for a specific city, and then I have given it some arguments. So the argument is a city, and then it returns a dictionary. Dictionary is like status and result or error message. Okay, so um, you see like status is success, then it gives me a report, something like this, or it will give me an error message like that. Then as a developer, I can figure it out and show to the user. So let's go to the next one. And then there's another thing we need to do. Not only we need to set up API keys and everything, right? So we need to have environment file. Okay. So I'm going to go to my a code editor, and I will just create an environment file. So this environment file is where I will put my credentials. Okay, generally it's not recommended to push it together. You need to have this environment file not in GitHub but in a secure place on your servers. Okay. So actually I already have something before. So what I'm going to do is I will just copy this one, and I will just go back. Okay, so I'll just put it here. So this is my API key. Actually, after this call, I will delete this API key, because if it gets anywhere right, then I'm in trouble. Then maybe in morning my credit card will be maxed out. So I just created a temporary key for this session. Okay. Now I have like all the codes and everything is set up. Let me just see if I have saved the file. Didn't save the file. I will save the file. So now we will run this code. But in a nutshell, right, what this code do is like you will ask it whether, then it will figure it out which tool to call, either the get weather or the get current time. Then after that, it will process the response and tell you. So this is a classic example of an agent, and it's going to automate and help you out. So there are two ways to use this. One is the Gemini Google AI Studio, which I told you. The other is like for production use cases. You can use the Google Vertex AI as well. You need to do a bit of more steps here. Yeah, but we are just sticking to the AI Studio. So now we need to run our agent. Okay. Before we run our agent, let's make some changes to our code. So what changes we can make here? So what I'm going to do is to change it to Kuala Lumpur. I'll just confirm is the correct one. Mhm. Oh yeah, it should be something like this. Okay. And then I will change another thing here. So this is just like a mock, but it can be an actual API. Let's say 29 degrees. Okay, I will remove the Fahrenheit because we don't use it here. Okay, now let's go back and start our agent. So here actually we are going to use the UI version, which I think will give you a better picture. Okay, so I'm going to run this. So I'll just open it up. Okay, you guys can see. So on the left side, we will click on the agent. So our agent is called multi-tool agent. And then I'll say some wording. So let's say what our code says. Okay, so I'll just say hello there. Hello there. So it says, how can I help you? And here, basically, we will track of the events here. So let's ask, what time is it? So it will ask me about the city. So let's firstly write New York. Yeah, so it doesn't have the time of the New York, but still I can tell you that it routed the information to the correct agent. So we click on this one, not this one. We go to the next one. So you see like here it's showing you like when you ask about the weather, right? Then it will go to this tool to get the information and then return you the response, because it's clever enough to figure it out. So I would say How about Kuala Lumpur? Okay. Okay, now it seems like it's working. So it returned me the correct time, which is almost like 9 p.m. And then what I'm going to do is ask the weather. What about the weather of this city? Okay, so you see it returns me the weather as well. So if I come here, right, let's see which part is the weather, this one. So you see like here it go and call this function and return me this. So it's actually a very simple example of how the agents work. And you guys can try it out. I think it's like fun to modify this and play around with this. And this like now nice UI will help you to visualize it as well. But obviously, in actual coding, you need to build for actual projects, you need to build your own UI and everything. Yeah. So there are some other example like advanced examples as well. Let me just open a link for you guys. So there's another this agent samples from Google, ADK samples. So there are many samples here, right? So this actually they have written like how to run this. So this is a good starting point for you guys, to learn about this. And then I just showed you the very basic tutorial. There's also a more advanced tutorial which you can start and learn more kind of more advanced features of these agents. So here in the samples, right, I will try to run this financial advisor one. Okay, so this financial advisor one, like let's try to run this and see how does it work. Okay, if I'll go back to my command line, I'll just end this one. Okay, and then previously I already have something here, so I'm going to do this one. So I'll just run this one. Oh no, not like this. I'll just do ADK web. Okay, so I need to select my financial advisor one. So first of all, I will ask it, who are you? So it's a bit slow because it's using Flash and everything. So actually, you can just play around with this. So it actually asked me like, okay, like I'm a financial decision makers and like um, what you want to learn or what is your plan or something. So if I commit here, right, the events, so it's actually just like learning about me. Then I will ask this person that uh, I'm interested in NVIDIA. What's the NVIDIA symbol? Let's say NVIDIA symbol. NVIDIA is NVD or NVDA. Okay, okay. Let's ask it about NVIDIA. I'm interested in NV. In, okay, I just asked it. So let's see. Okay, so now you see like when I ask it about stock, right? It has like few agents here. So let's go to the next one. It will navigate to this data analyst agent because I have like 1, 2, 3, 4 agents here. So step by step, it will go through like those agents. So now it's kind of like gathering all the information and preparing for me. And then once giving me some information, then I will go to the next round. Yeah. So basically, the data analysis generally will ask me about the risk attitude and investment period, something like that. So let's just wait. Oh, I think there is some error. I think I might have hit my quota limit. Let me see what's the error like. Okay, I think the issue is with the quota. So I think I have hit my quota just now. So okay. Yeah. So let's try to use another key. Let me try to use another key for this project. Because I was running this code earlier and then I managed to hit my quota. So quota should be fine. Yeah, anyways, never mind. I think I'll just share with you this link, right? So actually, once I go through the steps, so basically here's an example as well. So it will go to the agent one by one, and then it will kind of give you the strategy and everything, so you can have a nice conversation with it. So this is something like in your code you have set it up, and then it will just become an agent for you in this field. So I think you can try it as well. I might have hit my quota for today or something, so I cannot test out more. But let's move to the next section. So there's another um, this new protocol from Google, which is agent to agent kind of like communication. So if you have two agents running with different LLMs, you can actually use this protocol to communicate with each other. So this is also one of the thing. And now I move to one of the bonus section, which is another very powerful. Uh, I would also call it an agent. So this agent actually can create videos for you with audio. So this is called Flow, and it's also like kind of a music. I would say like a film director agent. And actually, I have generated some videos using this, right? So I can show you one of it. So I was just playing around with this. So I use like View 3 and I use View 2 as well. So let's try to use View 3 video. So this is one of the video. Unlock the power of Gemini. From simple prompts to intelligent agents. So this is generated using View 3, and then I have another one which is also using View 3. See Gemini in action at Multimedia University, Malaysia. So this is also something I wanted to like have my intro video here, but let's go and try to create one today. So to generate the prompt, right? Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Gemini first. So let's use Gemini to create prompt. So I will use let's say the preview version, and I think I can give it system instructions. So my system instructions are this one. So it's actually that you are a professional assistant director for creating these videos, and I give it some guidelines and everything, and then I need to give it a user prompt, and then it will give me an optimized prompt which I can give to View 3, and View 3 will give me the video. So you guys have any video you guys want to create, you can give me a one line prompt, because the video I'm going to generate, right, actually the price is $4, because 8-second video with the View 3 uh, is I think more than $4. So I just want to create one video for you guys, although I have some credits, but it's not free. Okay, I'll take the first prompt. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's go to our Gemini. So I'll just say, so let's ask Gemini to create this storyline for us, which we can use in the flow. As I told you, the Gemini 2.5 Pro is a thinking model, so it will take some time. Yeah. Okay, so it came up with some prompt. Let's use this prompt in our flow. So what I'm going to do is I go here, create a new project. So that is empty screen. Create a background audio or music too. So something like that, because it's View 3. So I will use actually View 3, and I think I can use 2 outputs per prompt, so we can see. Yeah, so I'll run it here. So this is just one example of agent, right? And I think you can try View 2 in the AI Studio. So if you are in your AI Studio, you can click on Generate Media, and I think you can, yeah, do something here. Yeah. So actually, this view, if you click on the view, then you have the View 2 access. There is some limitation for you guys. I think maybe cannot like create more than 1 or 2 videos in a day. But I think you guys can play around with this as well. So since I have given this, and I think it's taking some time, but it's still faster than the normal quality version, which is even taking more time. So I'm on the Gemini Pro version, so I have these credits left. I think it takes like 20 credits to create a View 3 video. Yeah. So let's just wait. Okay, you guys have to vote which one is better. I will show you both. Let's look at the first one. I'm not sure like you guys can hear the sound or not, but okay, this is the first one. The second one. Mhm. Is it like something makes sense? Heavenly cities with colors. Does it make sense? Okay, okay. Diana is saying it makes sense. Yeah. Okay, great, great. Yeah, I mean, you can play around with this, and I think there are something like, for example, I'm not sure like if you have access to Flow. Flow requires AI Pro, or I think like there's another higher tier. Um, yeah, so yeah, I mean, like I think there's a trial version of 1 month as well. I think you can play around with this. Yeah. So that's pretty much it for my presentation. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions, I think we can go towards the questions.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hassan. That was very, very interesting. Agents. We talked about in our MCP talk yesterday, we did talk about agents. And so that's why I was looking forward to this talk because we actually got to look at um, how they actually work in your session. So I think that's wonderful. The API key just now, what you just did actually reminded me of that one time. Some students accidentally shared their API key, and then actually someone got a huge, huge bill. But yeah, fortunately, it didn't go through. Fortunately, it was cancelled. But yeah, these things can happen, and it's quite scary. But yeah, thank you so much. So usually we'll have just a Q&A session right now. It's on Slido, so people can ask questions anonymously. Usually, if people are shy in the chat, they can just ask questions anonymously as well. So again, the link is in the chat for you guys, and the QR code is on the screen. If you have any questions at all, you guys can start putting it there. All right, we have on the screen questions coming up right now. All right, you can start answering them whenever you're ready, Mr. Hassan. Can you see the questions on your
Yeah,
screen?
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so first one I can take the Gemini call external tools API reliability. Actually, I tell you from my company's experience, right? We were using function calling, which is like tools from OpenAI in the past, but we have migrated to Gemini, and I would say like recently the new models are pretty good. So actually, Gemini's role is just to connect you to the correct tool. So inside the tools, you can connect to your external APIs. So I think it's improved a lot. So I would highly suggest you to give it a try with the latest model. When we were trying with 1.5 Pro, we had a lot of trouble, but with 2.45, it's pretty stable. Yeah. The second one is what is a simple project I can build using Gemini. So it depends on you're looking for a mobile project or a web project. I would say like look out for those samples online. There are so many samples. You just search for Gemini samples. I think on the Google uh, there are many samples out there. Yeah, on GitHub, and then you can use one as a starting point. And I would say like normally people will start with a chat, like an assistant chat, which can be about specific topic, so I would suggest like build a chat which is something like telling jokes, or maybe it is because if you go for like advanced like images or videos, that's very expensive. You cannot afford that at a student level. So you can just build a chat bot and just choose a specific topic, whether it's about telling me a joke every day, or is it about helping me to find travel destination. So I would suggest those kind of projects. And the third question is, how can I structure prompts to leverage Gemini's multimodal capacity? I think prompt engineering is like a very different kind of topic, right? I think what we have learned from building projects is that once your prompt is pretty comprehensive, just now one example I give you is like I'm creating a very nice scene for view 3, right? I can write one line, but it will not be very specific and not like very good, but I need to give it like prompt and everything. So I think it's kind of there are some courses from Google, OpenAI, Anthropic. So you can search online, and then I think you can use those prompts. And then it depends on what kind of data is this. So the prompt will change for different kind of data. Yeah. So the next question I can take is the skills. If you want to work in the AI, so it depends on, is it like the traditional AI? It's a generative AI. Traditional AI actually is like the classical machine learning, right? Where you have those models, they are supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and then also if we come to like a bit more practical machine learning, like object detection, image segmentations, those are the AI which is established for a long time. Then we have this generative AI where you can do cool things. So I would say like you need to have firstly uh, able to use these AI tools by yourself. First step is to use them and see how do you feel about them. Secondly is to create some simple apps with your friends or by yourself. And I think it's just like it depends on you want to go into the deep research or you just want to build generative AI applications. So it's totally two different domains. So you want to be a data scientist, or you just want to be a developer who build the Gen AI apps using APIs. So it's like two different kind of things. Maybe if you want to build a Gen AI application using the API, you don't need to be like very very strong in machine learning or something. You just need to have a good knowledge about which API to use, how to build agents. So that's just my suggestion. Like you need to define which area you want to go and then choose the skill sets. Okay. The other is okay. I think nowadays like AI is the buzzword. So I think how you can stand out is if you build something cool. Like this platform called Cursor, right? It's like 4 25 years old MIT students built that, and it's a $10 billion company. So they were students of MIT, and they just built this platform, and now they are no, I mean like very very famous. So you have to build some projects. Yeah. Okay, I think the WhatsApp one, this one can message me on LinkedIn, then we can connect from there. Oh yeah, this one, the WhatsApp one. Yeah, please message me on LinkedIn. Yeah, can share from there. So let's talk about the fine tuning one. I think you can highlight that one. Um, yeah, okay. So fine tuning, I tell you one story. Long time ago, we did fine tuning of OpenAI models and hosted on Azure, but it was costing us $3.5 per hour. And then we said it's not feasible. The responses are not very good as well. So then we decided to build RAG to kind of have a more accurate answers. I would say like still fine tuning still relevant. It just depends on your use case as well. But I would say like you need to see because right now the token limit for Gemini model is 2 million token. Then for some use cases, RAG will be an overkill because you have a very big token limit, right? RAG is more useful also when the token limit is smaller and you are looking for more accurate results. So I think it comes on your use case and what application you want to build. Then we can discuss more on which is better. Yeah. For our case, like for our company's case, right, we are using RAG, but because the reason is that we need some accurate results based on the data we have. So we don't want Gemini to return random things. That's why we are using it. But for some use cases, like where you have you need to use a large token context, the context window, then I think it's okay to not use RAG. Can you move to next one? Uh, I think there's the APIs. I think you're talking about Gemini APIs. Right? So Gemini models are pretty standard. There's like multimodal models, which can understand text, image, video, PDF file, text files, and then there are some models which can generate videos and images. Those are Imagine and View, and then there are also some models from Google which can generate some music and some cloning of the voice as well. So based on that, I think you just search the Gemini models on Google. You will find a list of all the models. Yeah. Next, is your next experience in how heavily do you rely on AI? I would say like I use this on day-to-day basis to basically optimize my responses for writing emails, to correct my grammar mistake. But actually, I do the hard work. I firstly write my email or everything, then I just ask Gemini or ChatGPT or DeepSeek to basically format it nicely. So totally relying on this platform is also not good. And I honestly tell you that I know the pattern of ChatGPT and Gemini reply, so I can tell easily if it's a ChatGPT reply. It's just based on my experience. Yeah. Okay, next one. Initially, Gemini was not pretty good. Actually, I still don't use Gemini for coding projects yet. I use some others like Cursor, Copilot, and ChatGPT for coding. But I would say Gemini with the API is very good. As a just an app like Gemini.google.com, I still am not pretty used to it. But as an API, I think it's very powerful. So next one. Actually, you can create 15 seconds video. You can create like extend a video, create an 8-second video, and then another 8-second video. It's available through the Flow. I might have to, if you want me to create something for you, right? Can send me through LinkedIn. Yeah, but it's not free. So if you use the API which is not open to public yet for View 3, that's 75 cents per second. So it will be like more than $5 for 8-second video, which is, I would say, like, it sounds expensive, but it's not expensive if you think like. But the AI videos what I have seen are very mind blowing. Yeah, it's really going to change, and we will be very lost like what is the real video and what is the AI generated video in the future. Okay. Okay, I think, yeah, thank you guys, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Hassan. That was very, very insightful. I'd like to personally thank you for actually going out of your way and using real credits to show us a demo. As students, obviously, as you know, it's hard to get our hands on that. There is
Yeah,
a free trial, but we have to hook our credit card to it. So yeah.
yeah, I think it's thanks to Google as well, for the Google developer experts. They give us such credits. It's actually for us to share this knowledge with you guys. So I'm like pretty okay if someone requests me to create some video for them, because I think I have this like a monthly quota or something, right? So I mean, it's okay as long as we are helping community. We are happy. Google is happy.
Love that.
Yeah.
Love that. Thank you, Mr. Hassan. Love that. Thank you for the Q&A session as well. I love how you pointed out the differences between. I was actually going to ask that question about fine tuning and then RAG applications. I think there definitely is a divide among people where we can definitely say that if I can fine tune a model to a certain extent, if I want a structured output and I can get like a 98% accuracy, which is pretty high, maybe it'll be worth it. But then when we get to the logistics, it ends up being very expensive, very, very expensive. And that is when we start considering like, okay, maybe I should use a different model, uh, or maybe I should use a RAG. But yeah, I think
Yeah,
that
yeah,
that's very
yeah. For
interesting.
rack, you also need to take note that you will need to use a database, which are not cheap as well, to store
Mm-hmm.
your vectors. So it depends on again your use case and what kind of application you are building. Yeah.
Definitely, 100%. 100%. Well, that will mark the end for today. First of all, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Russell. Thank you so much, our distinguished guest, for coming. And thank you all for being a part of this amazing journey with us over the past few days, from building intelligent agents with Gemini to understanding the industry, what the industry really values. It's been a week full of learning, insights, and inspiration. A huge thank you to all of you, to all of our speakers, to our incredible speakers, and our lovely participants, and of course the whole GDGMMU team, my team, June especially, for making this possible. And it would not have been possible without the speakers as well. So one thing we like to do to commemorate these sessions, since they are online, is we like to open our cameras at the end of our sessions, and we like to take two photos. One would be freestyle, up to you. The second one would be using our GDG logo. So I'll give you guys about 2 minutes to get ready, open your cameras, and then yeah, we'll take a photo and call it a night. All right. We will be. Oh, June, that is funny. Right. Okay. We will take our picture in about 30 seconds. Nick, I will do count us down when I tell you to. All right. All right, guys. It's gonna start soon. 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 1. All right, that is all. Count us down, Nick.
Yes, yes. Um, start counting now.
Yep.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, everyone, do this.
All right, this is our logo right here. All right.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1,
All right.
2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
All
Okay, thank you.
right. Thank you. Thank you so much, guys.
Shan, you are muted. Shan, you are muted.
Okay, sorry, I was muted there. Sorry. All right. Thank you so much for coming once again. This may be the end of our AI study jam week, but it's only the beginning for most of us of our AI journey. And as Mr. Hassan mentioned just now, things are moving very, very fast. So this is one way of keeping up, having guests, distinguished guests like Mr. Hassan, who are willing to come here and actually share this valuable knowledge. So thank you once again. And yeah, guys, remember to keep building, keep experimenting, and apply these things. That applying, actually practicing, and building stuff really is the best way of learning at the end. And stay connected. We'll be back with more sessions soon. Until then, stay curious, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye, everyone. Good
Bye.
night. Have a great evening. Have a great weekend ahead.
Thank you,
Bye.
Mr. Hassan.
Bye bye.